16 days after the death of Pope Francis, the College of Cardinals is gathered to elect a new leader of the Catholic Church.
A huge time for the church and the billion followers. CP24's Courtney Heels joins us live this morning outside of St. Michael's Cathedral with the latest as the conclave gets underway. Courtney.
Good morning, Nick and Jennifer. That's right. This is such a huge moment for the Catholic Church. Right now, cardinals are coming together to decide on the next pope. I want to bring in Neil McCarthy. He's with the Archdiocese of Toronto, joining us live from Rome this morning. Good morning, Neil. I could only imagine how busy you are, so we certainly appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. Can you start by giving us a sense of what the mood is like, what it's like at the Vatican right now?
Great to be with you guys. Yeah, we just had a little thunderstorm, so that was event here to the square for a few minutes. But you know what? There's a real energy and excitement here this week. Obviously, we moved from the kind of mourning of the loss of Pope Francis to now moving into the conclave, which is beginning today. And so, you know, I think the cardinals of the world are ready to go. They had a mass this morning that just finished about an hour ago. And then at about 4:30 Rome time, they'll be heading into the Sistine Chapel, where they will have one vote today for the next pope. So it's an exciting day.
It certainly is. For the Mass that just took place, can you give us a sense of what the discussions look like and what the message was to the cardinals who will be deciding on the next leader of the Catholic Church?
Yeah, they had what they call the Mass for the election of the Roman Pontiff. And so all the members of the College of Cardinals who will vote in the conclave were there. And he's been stellar all week. He did the funeral for Pope Francis, ran the meetings leading up to the conclave, and he said, let your vote and let your deliberations be led with love. And if you lead with love, things will work out. And it's very much in keeping with the message of Pope Francis, love all those in the church, outside the church, on the periphery. And so the cardinals will certainly be taking that to heart as they enter the conclave this afternoon.
And looking ahead to this afternoon, Neil, let's talk a little bit about the schedule, because it looks as though it's very likely we will see smoke at some point today.
That's right. So there'll be one ballot after the cardinals enter the conclave and they swear the oath. You can expect probably around 7 p.m. Rome time, which would be about 1 p.m. Eastern back in Toronto, to see smoke signals, if you will, the holy smoke, as we like to call it. Black smoke indicates there's no pope. White smoke indicates there's a pope, and they'll also ring the bells as well at that time. So very unlikely we'll have a pope on the first ballot tomorrow. And in subsequent days, there can be up to 4 votes a day, 2 ballots in the morning and 2 ballots in the afternoon. So exciting days ahead for sure.
Lastly, Neil, I know you're traveling with the Archbishop of Toronto, Cardinal Frank Leo, and also the retired Archbishop of Toronto, Cardinal Thomas Collins. Can you speak a little bit to how they were feeling going into this vote, you know, knowing, you know, how important this is and how essentially the world is watching?
Yeah, they went in the Casa Santa Marta last evening and had a chance to be with them before they went in. And it's a really prayerful moment for them. Cardinal Leo sent a note back to the Catholic community in the Archdiocese of Toronto and said, please pray for us. This is a huge a moment in the life of the church, the election of the faithful shepherd, the global shepherd of more than 1 billion Catholics around the world. And I said, I hope you sleep well tonight. And it struck me as I was going to bed last night, you know, one of those men who will be Pope isn't going home. It's a huge, immense responsibility. We're all obviously excited and energized by the conclave process. But it's a very real experience for them. And they have what they call the Room of Tears as the Pope goes in to put his vestments on for the first time. And they say that many of the popes break out into tears because they realize the immensity of just what's going to be happening for them. So they were prayerful, they were ready to go, and certainly humbled to be part of this incredibly historical experience.
Yeah, it's such a huge moment. Lastly, I'm not sure if you'll be able to answer this, Neil, but do you have any sense of whether we will have a decision or whether we will see the white smoke today? Is there any, you know, sort of conversations taking place on how quickly we could have a decision on this?
Yeah, I think it's very unlikely we'll have a pope on the first ballot. Usually what happens is you have sets of 1s and 2 votes that cardinals receive. And then a few leaders kind of may have 10, 12 votes. And then in subsequent ballots, we see them rise to the top, if you will. So the likelihood of a pope on the first ballot has never really happened. The last couple conclaves have gone 2 days. And so 2 or 3 days is what I'm expecting, which would be tomorrow or Friday when we hope to see that white smoke.
Okay, Neil McCarthy joining us live from Rome this morning on this huge moment for the Catholic Church. Neil, thank you so much, and we'll certainly be in touch over the coming days.
Have a great day.
Thank you. So, Nick, Jennifer, you guys mentioned I'm just outside of St. Michael's Cathedral here. The gates just opened. I noticed some people going inside. I'm hoping to speak with people and get a sense of how they are feeling today, because this moment is so significant. Many will be looking to the Vatican, waiting to see, the smoke. Will we see white smoke, black smoke? Will we have a decision on the Pope later today? You heard from Neil. It sounds as though it could be a couple of days, because typically and historically that's what we've seen, but you never know. So, so many people will be watching the Vatican incredibly closely and talking about this historic moment. Over to you.
Absolutely. Okay. CP24's Courtney Heels joining us live downtown this morning. Thank you, Courtney.